Today we're going to be hijacking all of our opponent's turns with a deck I like to call Flash Control. We call this deck Flash Control because every card aside from one in this entire deck is made up of either instant or flash speed mechanics, and that is because the build around here today is going to be Academy Lore Master. If you guys don't know, this is a creature that comes in and it allows us to draw an extra card on every single upkeep, but it does tax us on our turn if we take that extra card by 2 mana on every single spell, which is really hard to overcome unless, of course, we're passing the turn immediately to the opponent, converting all of our cards back to their normal CMCs, and playing everything at instant speed. So our win cons today, because we are a control deck, is going to be a Fairy Vandal and the Hullbreaker Horror. Obviously, Fairy Vandal grows every time we draw extra cards, which works great here, or the Kraken, which, of course, if we get this down, it's just a very hard card to beat. It goes absolutely out of control very fast. And then we used to have this deck built around Dimir, blue and black only, but I added the extra white source in today's video because I wanted to play things like the Wandering Emperor and the Cemetery Protector. Wandering Emperor obviously being a great card in any sort of build, but the Protector being able to exile something like a land from our opponent's graveyard every single time we play a land. At that point, it'll create an extra 1/1 body that we can kind of tempo out the opponent with and beat them down slowly. But it's a really fun deck. Again, a fun way to just kind of take over your opponent's turn, make it your own by playing everything on their turn. But fun deck, very competitive. I think you guys are going to enjoy this one. But if you guys want, there'll be a full deck breakdown at the end of today's video, so stick around for that. In the meantime, if you want, down below in the links, there's a full deck list. And if you guys enjoy content just like this, if you wouldn't mind giving the video a like, subscribe, all that good stuff helps out an absolute ton. And we're so close to 10,000 subscribers. I would greatly appreciate it. But with that being said, guys, enjoy today's video, and we'll see you guys back here at the end. Peace out. What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Welcome back. This is a very fun build we have for you today. This is going to be an Esper Flash Control deck. What I mean by that is it's going to be focused all on flash or instant speed spells, because we have the Academy Lore Master that we're trying to exploit. A card that's a lot of fun. We played it in the past. We played it in a build with Dimir. And today we're going to add the color of white because we have some really fun tools I wanted to add to this deck. Things like Wandering Emperor, Cemetery Protector, things like that. Should be a really fun deck, and not to mention that it should be pretty solid. We should be getting a decent amount of wins here today. We are in the 95 percentile, so we've got a little bit of climbing to do to get to the numbers, but that is the goal of this week, man. I want to be at the numbers by the end of this week, but we'll see what we can do. Taking a 3. Okay, that's a yikes. We go here and oh, no basics, unfortunate. Oh, do I really want to drop a land though in this position? Probably not. Okay. That wasn't the greatest pool of cards, was it? All right, so gonna have to, gosh, I don't even know. This is a problem. I'm not gonna lie. This is a very big problem because it's gonna be able to exile cards from my graveyard, and we wanted to make sure we had the Siphon Insight ready to go. And I'm gonna have to discard a card if I try to exile it. There's a lot wrong with this picture. Yep. Doesn't matter. They're still gonna get the exile because it's on the stack. So let's go ahead and drop this into play. Take this out. Drop it. Do I want to drop a negate? Probably not. I probably want to drop a Fairy Vandal if I'm being honest. All right, taking 3. The opponent still has 3 mana to work with, 4 now. So Shieldred, yep, why not? Why not? All right, let's go ahead and get this down. Let's see that. No attacks. Let's look to negate something here. Gosh darn it, that Shieldred is going to be a problem. I have so much removal in my deck too that it shouldn't be this hard to deal with this opponent. But man, the fact that they hit my insight there, the fact that we had such a terrible Thirst for Discovery, everything kind of just lined up perfectly for the opponent there in that last couple of turns. But it's okay. Hopefully we can come back here. If the opponent attacks into us with Shieldred, I could make a block and then exile it, but That's assuming they don't attack both creatures into the Emperor, which looks like that's going to be the plan. No attacks from the opponent. Wow. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Sure, I'll negate it. I'm not going to have too many targets, I feel like, for this negate. This and Invoke Despair come to mind. So pretty good hit there. I'll take it. Okay. Insight's not terrible. Let's see if we can find something good off the top of our opponent's deck here. Could still, you know, I could use some mana, honestly. I wouldn't mind taking some mana just because we want to get to this Hullbreaker Horror eventually. It could be important, so. The opponent clearly having some sort of spell for 1 mana interaction here. Oh, what a pull. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. Okay. Now, this does slow down my negate, but you know what? It's all good. Let's go ahead and pump up the Fairy Vandal. Keep protecting the Wandering Emperor as best we can. And I think we're fine now. As long as they don't have another Shieldred coming down, we'll be all right. Shieldred is such a problem card. All right, this was a tough battle, but I think we're making some moves, guys. We're making some moves. All right, the opponent down to 2 cards in hand, one of them being a tracker. Okay, that gives them another card though. That's nice, but I feel like we could have done better. Let's go here. We have the negate still. That's a good card. I'll take that. It's not terrible. Create another body. No attacks. We've got a good block against a lot of what they're trying to do, so I would imagine they're not going to be too hasty to come in and attack into us. Got a Workshop Warchief too, which is fantastic because when it enters the battlefield, I'm going to gain some life, which is great. Still sitting on a negate too, so if anything big happens here. All right, no cares at all, just sending it on through, which is, you know, a smart play. I mean, they kill the Wandering Emperor, but I make some pretty good trade outs here.
I'll be back.
All right, we get a land. That's good. We're up to 6, which means we're 1 away from being able to cast this Hullbreaker Horror. I am going to actually just pass the turn here and look to maybe Urtai. I have Urtai and a negate if I need. I do hope the opponent decides to play something big here, like an Invoke Despair of some sort. Something big like that. Interesting. Nothing from the opponent here. Do I even play the Urtai then? Probably not. All right, we get our 7th land. Do we dare play the Hullbreaker though with no protection or any mana left over? I don't know. They get back their Shieldred, which is fine. I can counter with the Urtai. All right. Or do I want to maybe... Well, how many kill spells have we seen from the opponent here? Only just the Infernal Grasp, which is good enough, honestly, to scare me. It's good enough to scare me into not playing out the Hullbreaker until we have a bit more mana. Counter this. Give them an extra card, which is a bummer, but it is what it is. Part of the game. All right, they had to cut down. Yeah, sure, they can have it. They can have it. They can have it. The negate's more important to protect the Hullbreaker, because once the Hullbreaker's down on the field, we win the game. It's a card that really, in a lot of cases, can't be beat. So I'm hoping that hoping to get that in and get some value. All right, we're gonna get the Workshop Warchief in. We're gonna just play it out like normal, get the 3 life gain, and I mean, do we start the beatdown process now? We have a lot more power than they do. I don't think so. I think, you know, we're the control deck. Let's just chill out. Let's hang out here for a minute. Let's just get our bearings. We're still catching up. That's worth a negate. It's definitely worth a negate. Seven damage, so that wouldn't kill the Hullbreaker. That's good to know. Hopefully they, you know, play their last card here out of hand, so I can nice. I feel a lot safer now with the Hullbreaker coming down. And we're left with 1 mana, so this wouldn't be able to get play. Okay, we're still gonna have to pass the turn then. Pass the turn, yeah. We're getting there, guys. It's a slow burn. It's a very slow burn, but we are getting there. I think we got it, though. I just need us to survive. And now that they're drawing cards, though, it's going to make me a little more nervous. They have a lot of mana to work with. So, it's anyone's game. Anyone's game. It all comes down to, can they remove the Hull Breaker, man? That's what it's... Literally, that's all it comes down to. And I'm taking a very big gamble here by playing it with having nothing to play, backing it up. I really hope this doesn't get, you know, picked off here. Clearly, well, I guess it's not instant speed. It could be the crew ability that's holding the priority. So nothing to be too worried about just yet. Oh, thank God. Okay, we're in it. We're in it, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, now let's get busy. Let's get busy. Taking the 7, losing the underdog. I love it. We're gonna hang on to the land like maybe it's some sort of spell that we can play, but it's not. It's all good. Down to 9. I think we got it now, guys. They're gonna draw a card. A little bit of a desperation pull there, and they can't attack with the underdog through the 4/4, which is great. Burn down a house, creating the 1/1 devils. Perfect. Not a problem. They are good blockers, though, for the time being. All right, let's go ahead and kill you. Bounce you. That's scary. We don't have anything to protect the Hull Breaker Horror now. We drew into another land. You hate to see it. But we do have a way to bounce another devil and hopefully close out the game on this next turn. But they have so much card draw that I'm just waiting for them to find that, you know, Infernal Grasp. This can bounce any creature or just our opponents. Let's see. Return target. Okay, so we can bounce our Hull Breaker back to our own hand if we need to, if things get a little too scary. Which is probably what we'll do. Now that they got 2 blockers, there's really no point in us bouncing the token to clear the lane because we'd only get 4 damage through. So let's just not do that. Love that. Love that. All right, so we attack in. I'm surprised at how little card draw we managed to hit here. We didn't see a single Lore Master in this game. If we get the Lore Master down on turn 2 and it doesn't die, there's almost no game we can lose. Like, it's like the perfect card, especially in our build. But Devil goes 1 to the face, obviously, and then they have 4 cards now to work with in hand. 1 Tenacious Underdog, not to mention. So, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4. We can. Okay, let's flash this in. Bounce this back to my hand. They're really slowing us down, and it's a bit annoying, I can't lie. All right, we are going to use the Protector 2 to take out their underdog. I think that is just not going to get us a ton of value because we don't have a ton of creatures we're going to be getting, you know, the perks off of. But it does stop them from drawing even more cards, so I will go ahead and take the option to do so. All right. Hull Breaker's back in the hand. Only 5 lands. We cannot recast it, but I do have the ability to bounce something back. So if they do play another creature, and I can somehow get these 2 to get through for an attack, I will. Okay, that'll create 2 blockers. So again, same sort of problem we had before where okay, that's annoying. That is annoying, I can't lie. All right, let's make them recast that. All right, so they know our hand, they know our board. Ooh, that's a card. So if I play here, I'm only left with 2 mana though, right? Yeah, so that's a card. Both of these do trigger the Protector too, so I am pretty happy with this. I think we can make this work. They eat the 3 damage, leaving a 1 blocker left over. End the turn. The question now becomes, do we Urtai kill this? Or do we Hullbreaker and then Urtai? I guess either way they'd have to answer, right? And we'd have enough. Yeah, this either way it's gonna work. So let's go ahead and get the Hullbreaker in. Okay, they scoop it up. I was gonna say, if we get the Hullbreaker in and they somehow manage to kill it here, it's totally fine because we still get the 1/1, right? And then we Urtai after that. They'll be tapped out. We kill Shieldred and then we get through for our lethal. So GG's, let's go. Very good first game. A long game, but a very good first game. I do need to get a Lore Master down though to showcase just how sweet that card can actually be, man. I get to go first. This is a keepable hand, nothing to be too upset about, but the mana's a bit slow for the Siphon, so that might be a problem. We'll see. But the Siphon can get us out of mana trouble, so. Yep, not looking great. I was hoping for something better than that. It's a great card. I just needed, you know, maybe an on-tap land. All right. Oh, let's go. We get the on-tap land, which means we can pass the turn here and confidently look to Void Rend this probably. They're probably going to pump it up with mana. Probably play it slow and steady. Or not. Definitely going to eat that up. I mean, the best possible scenario for us is just we keep drawing lands, man. I need to keep hitting lands, get our 4-drop in, and so on and so forth. Let's go. That's so clutch. Okay, we never ever have this happen where that we actually get the lands when we need them. So I'm very happy that this is the game they decided to do it on. Okay. Here's what we'll do. We'll let them attack through thinking they've got something brewing here. And then we'll do one of these. Destroy this. And then there's a ton of value to be had with the Shadow because it does get bigger over time. So I am going to go ahead and make that trade. I think it's a totally fine trade. And okay, pass the turn again. They're down to 3 mana, and I'm sure they found the 4th after those 2 extra card draws. Or not. This is going to be an annoying creature to have to deal with after it's been resolved because we're going to have to eat that damage. So we might as well counter it instead of letting it resolve. Giving them a lot of cards, though, to work with here. All right, we've got a lot of card advantage coming our way, though, here in the next couple of turns. So I'm pretty happy. I don't think things are going perfectly, but, you know, the fact that we got the lands when we needed them was pretty clutch, and I can't be too upset about that. All right, that's fine. All right, let's see if we can't just exile this thing so it never comes back again.
I've learned much during my
Nice. Okay. Gone forever.
I am almost sad to see you go.
Man, these shadows. Is this the 4th one? 1, 2, 3. Oh, just 3? I thought for sure I saw more than that.
I have got new moves to teach you.
I would like to see if I can find like a kill spell. There we go. Perfect. Now that I have this, let's go ahead and let's do this. Now that we know we're going to be playing a 2-drop here. Beautiful. Okay. I will take that all day to the bank. All right, go ahead. See what the opponent does with their attack here. You know they're going to get crafty here. They're going to play the Misery Shadow. And they're going to pump whatever one I decide to block with the Resurrected, which means that's the one we're going to hit with the Infernal Grasp. All right, Gix's command is going to do what? Return 2, and then I sacrifice. Yikes. Okay. It's pretty good. Can't lie. Can't lie. That's pretty darn good. They're going to spread their attacks out, though, so the Wandering Emperor will survive here, which is great. That is solid. And we're now officially just beating them with their own deck, which is amazing. Let's go ahead and do one of those.
Nobody knows Dominaria's shadows. I've always hated
One of those. Pass the turn, and we'll probably hit them with more Siphon Insights, honestly. Their deck plays really, really well with our build, so I'll just keep taking advantage of that. All right. More removal, please, if you don't mind. And both of these are really good. I think we take this though, because we already have the Liliana, right? What a problem to have here. What a problem to have. All right. I think we go here. Well, actually cancel that. I think we go here to double block the Gorger.
See you later.
And then I think we... do we plus Liliana? I don't think we do. Don't think we do. I'm going to play this out as our 7th land because we need to get this in next turn. And we'll just pass the turn and we'll look to go for the throat on the Gix and then hit him with another Siphon Insight. I think that's a fine play, honestly. And then double block the Gorger. They may spend resources here too, it looks like, maybe to... Okay, so we're going to play this first before they can take it, right? Yeah. They may spend resources on killing Liliana too, which is great. They've got to attack, right? There's no way they're not going to attack here. Interesting. Interesting. Not, I was gonna say, not how I thought they were gonna do that. Okay, perfect. That's more the speed I thought they were gonna hit us with. See you later, Gix. See you later, Flesh Gorger. And Colt Conscript. Okay, that's fine. Actually have a pretty good discard now with that Rafine's Tower. Force them to discard. Let's get this in. Gosh, not playing anything this turn. It will flip this. Is that a problem though? Not really, right? Yeah, not really. No attacks. End our turn. Let it flip. We Hullbreaker Horror block here. The opponent has cut down, sure. 1 card in hand, guys. So we are taking a gamble. Again, a pretty solid gamble here by playing the Hullbreaker Horror out and not having any mana open to protect it. But they have 1 card in hand. So it's like the odds of them having the instant speed removal that they need here is pretty low. We took that. We took that. Gosh, they are running it though. It is there. It is there, man. All right, let's get this down and let's go. They don't have it. Woohoo, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. They don't have it.
When they hit back.
All right. Thanks for discovery. Love it. Bounce that back. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to get in for an attack here. This should be game. There's almost no way the opponent can come back here, right? Let them play their Shieldred. Let them have it. Yep. And there's no reason not to play this now. They can't replay Shieldred because they don't have enough mana. So see you later. All right. And, ooh, that's not bad at all. Let's get in for an attack over the top. There it is. And Shieldred's the last thing we got to worry about. Not a big deal. And that now too. Great. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm just gonna bounce this back to their hand, make them replay that or the Shieldred. You're gonna have a tough decision there, and either way, we were gonna take care of whatever the problem would have been with the Parasitic Grasp. So that worked out nicely. GG's. All right, that went really well. I enjoyed that a lot. Very nice. Up against Sauce. Ooh, man, this could be either really, really beasty if we're up against a control deck or really bad. I'm going to bank on it being pretty bad. That's much better. I'm dropping the negate. We went from 3 negates to dropping the negate. Oh, let's hope that doesn't haunt us. Bant. Okay, shouldn't haunt us. I feel like the removal's probably better. Removal's typically going to be better than a negate in any situation. The negate, though, I mean, I added a few of those extra into the deck because, of course, the algorithm was just absolutely deleting us with control decks over and over and over again when we made this deck. So had to make some adjustments to answer the problem. All right, we'll take that, I guess. Not ideal, but you know what? It's all good. We have a lot of card draw here, so hopefully we can find some basics and then maximize the draw potential. And we have a great card in their graveyard here to take advantage of with the cemetery.
I'm not overconfident. Keep watch for it.
Okay, not ideal. I have what I need here. That's everything, man. I need to get this down. Man, what do I drop? The cut down is useful, clearly. Void Rend, clearly. I really hate throwing away a Thirst for Discovery in that spot. That feels so bad. All right, we're gonna get both of these down, and then that way they're gonna need a sweeper in order to maximize killing these. Otherwise, spot removal is just not gonna cut it. Not to mention, double Lore Master is gonna be completely broken for me. It's gonna be the most broken thing ever. Let's hope that there's no trickery from the opponent here and they just play some permanents out or something. Just get some creatures down or whatever you gotta do. Just don't kill my Lore Masters. All right, one of them made it. That's all I needed to see. One of them made it. It's unfortunate that both couldn't have been here, but you know what? It's all good. I like having this for the Thirst for Discovery. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I can play this and this. Guess I don't need it for the Thirst. Yeah, I don't need it for the Thirst because I do have the ability to keep drawing cards with Lore Master. So that is, of course, if it survives another turn cycle. We just saw a crafty way for them to remove things there. I could do a Cemetery Protector. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I really didn't expect them not to put a 1/1 counter on that thing. That was a interesting choice. This is problematic though because it is very expensive. Make disappear. Yep, there it is. I guess it still kind of did its job. We were gonna block that to get rid of it, so it kind of did its job. All right, I'm chilling. That's fine. That is fine.
Protect the people.
All right. Pass. Well. Yeah, pass the turn. I can't attack into this because of the double block potential. All right, we're okay, but it is not. We're not out of the woods yet. Like, this is a lot of value on board for the opponent here, so we're definitely not out of the woods.
Strike fast and strike.
They are running out of things to stop us from doing these crazy things like the Cemetery Protector, though. Get instant speed. I love that. Also love that. Oh yeah, things are gonna go really good for us here. Are they gonna take the Lore Master or the Protector? Two good options here. Oh, they draw cards. Wow, they're gonna leave me with both options here, huh? They must have something. They have to. That's it? Ooh, that was a mistake. You had to take one of those creatures off the field, man. That's too much. There's too much for us here now. We're gonna kind of pop off now, unfortunately for them. Pass the turn. Got a full grip of cards. Void Rend still ready to go on the you know, the steel seraph. Ooh. I'm gonna go ahead and say no thank you on that. We'll let you have the steel for one extra turn here. Well, actually, never mind. We still have the Void Rend. Yeah, that's a no-go. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that. Creating a 2/2.
Let the blade do the talking.
All right. Here we go. Here we go. Board state starting to grow pretty heavy here, thanks to the fact that we were able to steal an instant speed spell from the opponents. All right, we're looking really good right now. Obviously, the board in front of us is pretty scary because if we send attacks through, you know, the double and triple blocks are there, which is annoying. So we got to keep biding our time here a little longer. No attacks. End our turn. Let's look to thirst for discovery, hopefully finding something big here, like a hull breaker horror of sorts, or you know, something big. I need something like maybe even a fairy vandal. Fairy vandal would do really well right about now. Another void rend to blow this up would be nice too. This wandering emperor has been an absolute nuisance though. I gotta deal with it, man. That's not good. Can't have that because of the fact that they have the might stone out there. That is tough. Don't like that. All right, that's fine. It's a problem though. I mean, more card draw is a problem. We don't want them being able to draw too many of those. That's fine. It's now or never, man. I need a win con of sorts because there is too much going on this field for me to deal with at the moment.
Keep watch for intruders.
I would imagine there's not going to be any attacks here. Yeah. Okay. Let's create another 1/1 here. Draw some cards. Come on, basic land and then 2 beasts. All right. We have 1. Dang. That's pretty good. We can use that, utilize that for something good. All right, we passed the turn. We got our fairy vandal. Gosh, we're just taking too long. This is taking too long to get going, and the longer we take, the bigger the board state gets. Not to mention the fact that the opponent's gonna have like another Urza coming down any moment, which you know is gonna trigger. Okay. Do we have anything for that? We do, but I don't know if I'm gonna hit it, and there's not too many options here. They did spend most of all their mana to do that too, so I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not the best thing though. It is not great.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Sure, the attacks are gonna start coming through now. Yeah, there they are. Let's get the fairy vandal in. Draw some cards. Yikes. That was a horrible thirst for discovery. Let's hit you with one of these. All right. Draw an extra card. A couple more fairy vandals is good. Now we can, oh, we can't go over the top because of our friend here. Yikes. Okay, no attacks. End our turn. Gosh, I'm not sure what the heck we're gonna do to keep up with this sanctuary warden. It is gonna be a problem. What a game though, huh? What a game this is turning out to be. This deck has produced us with a lot of really exciting games, that's for sure. Oh man, I definitely enjoyed this one a lot though. I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this out. I'm going to be completely honest. This kind of changes the landscape of things. Not to mention, again, they have a full grip of cards and all they need is an Urza and we're in trouble. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Probably should have hit the parasitic grasp on that, but I was too busy talking and explaining why I was so scared of our opponent's deck here. All right, that comes in as a 6/5. More flyers, more problems. But I did get 2 other fairy vandals, so it all comes down to whether or not we can find our Kraken. That's about it. We find the Kraken, we win this game. That's how it's gonna go. Negate is interesting. Don't think it's necessarily super helpful though. Another Fairy Vandal too is, I guess, pretty solid. Yikes, man, this is not good. Our draws have been pretty bad, especially considering the fact that we've had 4 Thirst for Discoveries and a Lore Master. Not being able to find the Kraken has been tough. All right, their Bank Buster is out of juice, but I think it's got the job done, you know? 26 cards left for our opponent here, 26 for us. Bank Buster. Are there things I need to be worried about to negate, or is that something that's, you know, fine to negate? I think we can let that go. I mean, card draws, and, you know, at this point, card draw is no longer an issue. If they draw cards, they draw cards. They've already been doing so, so it is what it is. All right, they create another 2/2.
Let your blade do the talking.
Sure. Vigilance. Gonna have to eat that, unfortunately. Gonna have to eat that. Because our Fairy Vandals are a lot more dangerous than their 6/6 Warden, believe it or not, just because they can potentially get absolutely busted. All right, that is gonna be an issue. We're gonna have to counter that. Definitely gonna be an issue. Glad we saved our negate then, because that would have killed our Lore Master, which would have stopped all progress going forward. I'm hanging on to the Parasitic Grasp because if we get lucky enough to hit that Kraken, we can have something to play. Land is not what you want to see there. Beautiful. Finally, we're in business, guys. Okay, here we go. We might actually win this game now. It's a bit of a stretch, but it is possible. It is definitely possible now. That's for sure. All right, we just got to stop drawing a land every time we draw a top deck off our deck. We need to draw 2 really good spells. Just 2 solid spells, and we're going to be money. Oh, what a game. What a game, huh? I'm so excited, though. I'm so excited that we finally got the Hull Breaker here. Wow. Wow, that's good. Okay. I think we have to let it go. That is not good. Dang, where did that come from all of a sudden, man? Yikes. Okay. Getting nervous now. That was really bad.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
All right, it's probably not very smart of me to let them get a card here. I should probably bring this in now, but I really want to wait to the last possible second here to maximize its potential. So I'm gonna let this get through, unfortunately. Let them get a card, let them get another token. Dang, this is a tricky game. I'm really not too sure with all of this nonsense going on at this point. I'm not too sure if I'm making the right plays at this point. It's getting a little muddy. All right, we're gonna play the Hull Breaker. Wow, it hits the field. That's good. Okay. Interesting. That helps a little bit. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 over the top if we send back. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wait. We're gonna pass the turn. Bank Buster draws, sure. Man, I needed that Lore Master a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. So close. Okay. Bummer. All right. They crew up the Bank Buster. Sorry if I'm getting silent here. I'm just really trying to maximize and figure out how we can utilize our play here. All right. Up to 10. Opponent's gonna have to, you know, allocate some mana here to replay some big spells like the Warden. Gosh, I need something big off the top of our deck here. I don't know what I consider big at this point, though. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really know. I mean, I hit all 3 Thirst for Discoveries, right? I guess the best thing we could draw here is another Siphon Insight, because it's a double. I need to be able to play multiple spells this turn to get this win. Dang, they give that flying. That's frustrating. All right, we eat it. I'm waiting to really just return and retaliate with all of my Fairy Vandals to win the game, which is why I really needed that. I really needed that Lore Master for like 1 or 2 more turns to trigger these just a couple more times, and we would be fine, because then I can full send the Kraken, bounce all their flyers back to their hand, and then from there attack for the lethal. But not working out for us at the moment. Void Rend is not bad. Void Rend is not bad at all. I blow this up, bounce this back to their hand. I think that's a pretty solid plan. But that's all depending upon whether or not they get another lay down arms or some sort of crazy. Well, I guess that's the 4th one, huh? Okay, so we've actually avoided all 4. So I think we might be in the clear on kill spells. That's good. Might be in the clear here on that. Oh man, this is gonna be close. This is gonna be razor thin. Well, not really. Again, I don't have the ability to get, you know, pure lethal off these Vandals. There's just not enough damage to go over the top, and if we swing all here, we won't have any blocks on the return, which they've got a lot of really nasty creatures. Wait a minute, hold on. If I blow up this, these go down to a 5/5 and then a 5/4. I can make a tricky block. That could be useful. So if I blow up the Wedding Announcement, bounce, I don't know, the Wandering Emperor, I guess. Well, the Wandering Emperor I don't want to be replayed as Flash. That's probably something we should consider too. They probably have a couple of Wandering Emperors because of the fact that their hand is full and we've only seen one. So all right, let's see what happens here. They send the attack through, of course. We knew that would happen. Allow the 1/1 to come to the field.
Always glad to meet my match.
Block here. Void Rend this. Hull Breaker bounce this. Now their whole squad just got a lot weaker. It's a lot of power we just were able to delete off the field. Wandering Emperor. Yeah, we knew they had it. We knew they had it. We had to try though.
That's coming off.
We had to try.
Remember your training.
Bummer. Bummer. Okay, well, it's all going to come down to the simple fact of I need an insight or bust. Insight would just be so good because if I could steal 2 cards from the opponent and cast those 2 cards, that's 4 total spells. But no, we get a land. Bummer. That is not the way I wanted to end this video. It really isn't. Long game though, very fun game. I hope that was exciting though for you guys like it was for me. So Dang it. Unfortunate. Not how I wanted that to go, but GG's. GG's. That is going to conclude today's gameplay portion of the video. We are going to break the deck down and talk about it a little bit further. But before I do so, I want to give you guys a huge shout out, for sticking around this long into the video. It helps out so much with the YouTube algorithm and the watch time stuff. So I want to say huge appreciation and thank you to you guys for making it this far. I do appreciate it. And with that being said, though, let's take a look at the build, man. So of course, Academy Lore Master, a card we've played in the past in a Dimir build. Definitely the build around here. We all kind of get the idea of what this does now, drawing the extra cards and being taxed. Not a big deal on the tax, though, because we're passing the turn immediately to our opponents. So, of course, playing against another opponent that's running a lot of instant speed spells could be problematic here. That's kind of the weakness of this card because we may have to respond on our turn with that taxation on the board. But aside from that, a very busted card with a deck like this where everything is played at instant and flash speed. We have obviously our 2 win cons, Hullbreaker Horror. We got to see how great that card is. Once that comes down, almost nobody had an answer to deal with it because, you know, if we get this thing down and then on tap, game is pretty much over because as long as we have 1, 2, or 3 spells in our hand, the opponent's not doing anything because we can protect it with its bounce mechanic, bringing it back to our hand or even bouncing bigger spells back to our opponent's hand, slowing them down. It's a really busted card. Fairy Vandal obviously works extremely well here because it, get it down on turn 3 after the Lore Master, and it's going to grow every single turn. And unless the opponent can obviously throw down kill spells on either the Lore Master or the Fairy Vandal, which we have 3 negates and 3 Urtai to hopefully take care of those with, countering those spells to protect both of our main creatures here. But as far as removal goes, we got some fun stuff like Cut Down, Void Rend, but the card I really want to talk about was Parasitic Grasp. Now, Parasitic Grasp is really important here because this was a meta call on my part because it's a 2 mana, deal 3, gain 3, which is pretty busted if the creature's human. Now, if it's not human, it costs 3, which makes it a little bit worse. But if you guys want to go up here and type into your filters, if you type in the word soldier, it brings up all the soldiers, right? Which we all know, very popular deck, right? And if you start looking at most of the soldiers, you're going to notice a theme here: human. And if you go this way, we can even go human. And then if you look at the main suspects of these soldier decks, the more problematic card you want to get rid of, you got things like this, which are human. You've got the flying one right here, human. There's just humans everywhere, right? So soldiers, obviously a pretty big read on humans, but if you go to mono red as well, you can start looking at things that they like to run as well, like the Swift Spear is a human. There's so many things that are humans right now. Ronin's a human, so it makes a ton of sense to run out the Parasitic Grasp. Like I said, it was a meta read on my part. I see a lot of humans in a lot of the meta decks currently, so went ahead and threw this in there as an instant speed play. Not to mention a few fun cards. We've got Siphoning Insight, which is just a really fun card to kind of steal your opponent's things, but also Cemetery Protector. If we can get a land or an instant speed spell off of this, we're going to be creating 1/1s every single turn. Some other really good mid-rangey cards like Wandering Emperor, which can obviously do a lot for us, creating these samurais or gaining that a life and eliminating something. But then lastly, Thirst for Discovery. We needed a little bit more card draw, a little bit more ways to find what we need, and I think Thirst for Discovery is the best way to do it because other draw spells, if you're drawing 1 or 2 cards, it's not going to trigger the Fairy Vandal. You need to make sure, I'm sorry, not 1 or 2. If you're drawing, let's say 1 card, or let's say Memory Deluge, right? I tried out Memory Deluge. Let's try that, for example. So Memory Deluge, you're not actually drawing cards with something like this. You're just actually looking at your top X amount of cards, and then you're pulling 2 of them out of there. So you're gonna need a draw spell that draws you at least 2 cards to trigger the Fairy Vandal on your opponent's turn to get that extra 1/1 counter. So I went with Thirst for Discovery. I felt like it was the best card for that spot. And then we can always drop a land and then just draw those extra cards. So I think that was the best call for that that spot. There's other draw mechanics you could probably do in that spot, but I do like Thirst for Discovery quite a bit. But yeah, that's the deck in a nutshell. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun, and again, surprisingly, not really that surprising. It's pretty competitive. It's a deck that in Dimir I kind of had as a go-to, and I also made an Esper Flash deck not that long ago, actually more like 6 months ago, but it didn't have the Lore Master, so I wanted to try to kind of combine those 2 decks together, and it worked out really nice. But anyways, happy Thursday. We're going to be moving into one more video for the end of the week on Friday. Be on the lookout for that. It'll be a really fun one. It's a Bant tokens list with the new what is it called? Clay I forget the name of the card. It's like Clay Soldier type card. It's really cool, but it's a new Brothers War card, and we definitely missed this one a while back because it's really good, and I'm going to be using it a lot more. But before I get out of here, huge shout out as always to anyone who's out there that's in the Mardu Mob. If you guys don't know, the Mardu Mob is the membership program on this channel. So these people help support the channel through their monthly memberships, and I got to give them a huge thank you and shout out at the end of every video for being part of the Mardu Mob, and just, you know, give my full appreciation, because I do appreciate everything they do for me, and you know, all the help and support, and you know, you guys help this channel grow and make it what it is. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate you, and thank you so much, and we'll see you guys on the next video tomorrow. Until next time, peace out.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Fizzy, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the Mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. When's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap, yeah.